messy bun. We're getting stuff done, and today I'm going to be decluttering some of my kids' toys. My dog is drinking water aggressively. I'm going to be decluttering some kids' toys, planting some garlic, and doing some things with our new sheep, and just kind of putzing around. So I thought it'd be fun. Come along with me. And first order on our quiet day of tending, there's something grounding about working with what's been grown, breaking apart the bulbs we harvested in spring and preparing them for another season of growth. The rhythm of the year always brings us back to beginnings. Inside, I turn my attention to our living room, the heart of our home. It's where stories are read, towers are built, and sometimes where every toy we own somehow ends up in one big pile. Homemaking, for me, is never just about cleaning. It's about making space for peace, for play, for family. And sometimes, in order to reorganize things, we've got to pull it all out into one big mess. As I sort through toys and wipe out baskets, I think about how often life feels like this. A jumble of what we've outgrown mixed in with what we still hold dear. It takes a little time and a little heart to sort through it all, to decide what stays and what can be let go. I've learned to see decluttering not as a chore, but as a quiet act of love. A way to remind my family and myself that our home doesn't have to be perfect to be peaceful. Slowly, the room starts to take shape again. The piles shrink, the baskets find their places, and the floor, once hidden, starts to reappear. There's something healing about restoring order with your own two hands. It's as if every sweep of the broom, every folded blanket whispers, "You're bringing life back into this space." I used to think homemaking meant keeping everything spotless, but now I see it's more about stewardship, tending what's been given to me faithfully, one corner at a time. And in that tending, I find gratitude for the messes that come from living fully, for the laughter that echoes through these walls, for the grace to begin again, even when yesterday's chores still linger. Some days, this is what tending looks like, a slow reclamation of peace amid the noise of ordinary life. When I finally stand back and look around, it isn't just a clean room I see. It's a space ready to welcome joy again. The floor is clear. The shelves have breathing room. And it feels like the whole house lets out a sigh of relief with me. It's funny how the smallest resets can shift the whole rhythm of a day. Sometimes peace comes from gently working through a mess, not escaping it. And when the work slows, I take a moment to pause. A glass of sweet tea, sweetened with allulose and monk fruit because we're making healthy swaps over here. A deep breath, the kind of small, quiet moment that reminds me why I love life. Outside, the air feels softer. The noise of the day fades into the sound of leaves and wind and distant clucking from the coop. I grab my gloves, my bowl of garlic, and head to the raised bed by the garage. The same one we've worked in season after season. There's something comforting about this familiar rhythm, the way homesteading teaches you to circle back, to tend what's been forgotten, and to begin again. As I dig, I find the garlic we never harvested in the spring, left behind when life got too full and the garden slipped down the list. They're smaller than I remember, some split or tangled in roots, but they're still full of life. I think about how often we carry our own unharvested things. The dreams, the habits, the prayers we meant to tend but didn't. And yet here they are, waiting patiently for us to come back to them. The soil doesn't rush. It just receives again and again. One by one, I separate the bulbs, choosing the strongest cloves, pressing them gently into the earth. Planting garlic always feels like a promise to my future self. The work is quiet and unseen now, but months from today, it will become something we gather, something that nourishes. It's a slow kind of hope, the kind that doesn't demand quick results, only faithfulness. I used to think productivity was proof of progress. Now I see that growth often happens underground, where no one's watching. That's what homemaking and homesteading teach best. That tending the hidden things matters just as much as harvesting the visible ones. More so, I'd say. Let's go, girls! Let's go home! Chick, 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 chick. By evening, the light starts to fade. I round up the chickens, calling them home for the night. Another rhythm, another little ritual that keeps the place alive.
Hey, Bootsy.
Our newest little barn guest, Bootsy, darts around nearby, curious and cautious all at once. He showed up a few weeks ago, half-starved and skittish, but he's learning that this is a safe place. And somehow, that feels like a reflection of us too, learning to trust little by little. The sheep watch from their pasture, quiet and steady. They already know the rhythm of the evening by heart. And by the time I head to the sheep pen, the air has turned cool again. The light is softer, that fleeting golden hour that makes everything feel calm and settled. I bring the halter with me, not to use it yet, just to let them get used to it, to remind them that my presence, even with new things, means safety. There's no rush here, only patience and consistency. I think so much of homemaking and homesteading is like this. Quiet work that builds trust over time, whether it's children, animals, or even our own hearts. Gentleness always brings the best growth. As the light fades, I lead the sheep back toward the barn. I fill their bowls, the sound of grain falling into buckets marking the close of the day. I turn out the lights, close the stall, and listen for a moment. The soft rustle of hay, the contented quiet that only comes at dusk. There's something sacred about ending the day this way. Not with a finished checklist, but with a sense of peace. Today was not extraordinary. It was simple, steady, and full of the kind of work that often goes unseen. But it's these quiet days, the ones spent tending, restoring, and caring, that build a beautiful life. As I close the barn door and step into the cool evening, I'm reminded again that this, all of it, is what I was made for. A life rooted in home, in care, and the rhythms that bring both work and rest. If you're walking a similar path, learning to tend your home, your family, your faith, I'd love for you to join me here. Subscribe for more homemaking, homesteading, and homemade moments as I journey back to our roots and slowly revive my home and my life.